morning, everybody.
Good morning.
This is an incredibly exciting day, and I just want to thank everybody for joining us, because this is what this is about, partnership. And so I want to first thank the Lieutenant Governor for being a great partner in everything we're doing. I also want to thank Secretary Gadara for joining the team as a great partner, and I'm so excited about what we all can do together. I want to thank the First Lady for being a great partner for 27 years. Thank you. And I also want to thank all of our new partners that are here. This is a unique moment where nearly 30 presidents or their highest ranking representatives are here because we asked people to move schedules. And thank you all for being here. From Virginia's great colleges and great universities and great community colleges. We stand together right now. We stand together because we know there is an opportunity for us to innovate in K-12 education. And that is why I am most excited to have all of our students here, our next generation of leaders. This is all about you. This is all about innovating in K-12 education to provide multiple pathways so that you can live the dream that you dream right here in Virginia. I'm especially honored to welcome Dr. Adams Gaston, otherwise known as Dr. Jed. Thank you. There you are. Nice to see you. Great to see you. Well, she's the president of Norfolk State. I'm also particularly honored to have Dr. Paula Pondo here with us. And we have done so much work in our community colleges to put them in the center of academic opportunity and educational preparation, and I'm so excited to have our community colleges fully engaged today. And of course, I want to say something special about my friend Dr. Harvey. This entire idea came out of a meeting together where we sat last summer and talked about how to innovate and bring higher education and K-12 education and school boards and teachers and students together. Thank you so much. I want to thank our legislative sponsors, Delegate Glenn Davis, Senator Pillion, who are carrying the legislation that is most important. I'll talk about that in a minute. My often stated goal is to make Virginia the best place to live and work and raise a family. And what that means is it also has to be the best place to get an education. Education is the gateway to opportunity. An educated Virginia has a limitless future. Limitless. And we are all about creating these future opportunities for every young Virginian. Reestablishing expectations of excellence in our schools. Funding in the largest education budget in Virginia's history. Investing in teachers, special education, and partnering with localities to invest in facilities. This is our moment. A huge part of that effort is, in fact, launching 20 innovation schools. I don't care whether you call them charter schools or lab schools. It's time for us to innovate in K-12 education. And I've mentioned that in order for us to do this, bringing together the most innovative minds in education is the essential ingredient. And that's why partnering with our institutions of higher learning is so important. This is a momentous occasion, because we are gathered here to make a very clear demonstration that the higher education community and school boards, and oh, by the way, our kids are ready for this true partnership. We're going to bring lab schools in a big way to the Commonwealth of Virginia. All right, so let me answer a question I'm asked all the time. What is a lab school? It is a new school or a converted existing school that partners with a university, with a college, with a community college, to focus on innovative curriculum. What is that innovative curriculum? That's what we're going to ask everybody to go to work on. It could have a particular focus, like STEM or literacy. It could focus on a particular skill or industry, like the skilled trades or the maritime industry or technology. It could have a unique approach to how to serve underserved communities. You know, some of the most successful lab schools in the nation have focused on students with disabilities. We are not defining the solution, but opening up all available avenues to be innovative. This is our opportunity to think outside the box and deliver on that promise of innovation. So currently, lab schools can only be established by a public or private college or university that operates a teacher education program. By the way, I love teacher education programs. But starting today, we in fact are so grateful to Senator Pillion and Delegate Davis for carrying bills to expand that definition to ensure that public or private colleges and universities can establish a lab school without that restriction, to have the opportunity to think broad and wide. Through partnerships with colleges and universities and their local school divisions, we can create learning environments that engage students in hands-on learning and bring learning to life through real-world applications. Students want to engage in what they're learning. And here's our opportunity to bring that engagement. Our colleges and universities are hubs of groundbreaking discoveries. We want to harness that spirit of innovation and inspire and educate students before they graduate from high school. We also want to make sure that students are prepared for the rigors of college or a career, both. This is our opportunity, again, to rethink how we're preparing Virginia's kids for life. So Secretary Goodere and I share a vision, and we are committed to true innovation. We're committed to educating within K-12 education in our public school system. And we're committed to be responsive to the needs of tomorrow's economy and job opportunities. We're also committed to breaking down the silos that often keep K-12 education, post-secondary education, and workforce development and training from working in tandem. Again, let's think outside the box and bring it all together. So this lab school effort sets the tone for a renewed focus. A renewed focus on collaboration and partnership. A renewed focus on how we can bring school boards, higher education, teachers, elected officials, all together to work on behalf of our students. Now, the legislation that is going through the General Assembly, as I said, will allow school boards to convert all or part of an existing school into a lab school when they partner with a post-secondary education partner anywhere across the Commonwealth. And I want to thank, again, all the work that our legislative partners are doing in order to carry these bills. We've also put in a budget amendment that asks the General Assembly for $150 million to fuel this innovation, to get us started. And as supporters of lab schools, this is where all of you come in. I ask all of you, please, advocate for both the legislation and the budget amendment when you're working with our colleagues in the General Assembly. Today we are launching a design challenge for all local school districts to work with post-secondary partners, and they have already started this work. It's been so encouraging that they, in fact, will work together to develop an application to launch a lab school. We're asking for these proposals to be submitted later this spring, and they'll be reviewed by a panel that will decide how to allocate the $150 million in funding across the proposals for new lab schools. We're focused on serving those communities which are most in need of innovation and improved educational outcomes. And I can't wait to see what comes out of this design process when we in fact bring together all of these great minds to address that most urgent need. Finally, our lab schools will be open to any school-age student across Virginia, allowing more students to access quality education. Virginia has a sterling reputation for excellence in education. It's time that we live up to that reputation for all students. Innovation in education is needed after years of declining test scores, and the pandemic's caused learning loss. We can't wait. It's time. I'm so excited that we are standing here on day 12 of this new administration with this group partnering with us. It makes a statement. It makes a statement that we are locking arms to move forward together. Our goal is to do nothing less than what's in the very best interest of our kids, and to provide the best education so that they can go live their dreams right here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Thank you all again for being here. We are signing our partnership memorandum, which I'm getting ready to go sign. But before we do that, I would love to hand it over to Dr. J first, who will share some thoughts with you. Thank you.
Well, good morning to all, and let me start off by saying nothing is more important to us in the HBCU world, in the higher education world, in the Commonwealth, than the education of our students and the opportunities that that provides. Let me say that I want to thank Governor Youngkin, who started this conversation before, very early on in our connections, and has continued that. I'd like to thank Lieutenant Governor Earl Sears. Thank you so much for all that you do and all that you will do. I want to thank Secretary Dara, who I've had the opportunity to meet and know that she is really committed to these ideas, and to all of the superintendents, mayors, school board members, but particularly to my president, chancellors, and academic constituents, who know that if we do not continue to create success for those who are coming behind, then our Commonwealth will not be able to be both successful and a leader in terms of tomorrow. So I want to talk very briefly about three things. One is the opportunity. The opportunity is important to us. For Norfolk State University is an opportunity to enhance a tradition that is over 42 years old, from our College of Education with our preschool 2.5 to 5-year-old individuals, which has been extremely successful with a lot of research. But we need to do more. And lab schools allow us to take that next step and help our young people truly prepare for their vision of tomorrow. Our education in our community is our priority. Historically Black colleges and universities, I'm so proud to have my peers here, Dr. Harvey from Hampton University, Dr. Lucas from Virginia Union University, my dear, dear friend, Dr. Abdullah from Virginia State University. He knows why I always stutter on that one, because they actually birthed Norfolk State University. Let me say to you that we come from a tradition where we needed to do what was not being done for an underserved group of people who were African Americans, who didn't have the opportunity to pursue higher education in a way that needed to happen. And now we're some of the best institutions in the Commonwealth and in the nation, and our peers across the Commonwealth work with us in order to provide the opportunities that are so important. It is true and important we never forget that individuals were underserved and that we need to right that ship. And I can't thank you enough, Governor, for your investment in HBCUs and in those who come behind us. The second thing is that my appreciation, because the commitment comes with funding. Let me say that again. The commitment comes with funding. There is a colleague of mine, Dr. Hale, who many of you will know, who says, commitment without cash is counterfeit. But I will tell you that the funding is critical to the success. We're looking at rigor, access, and opportunity. And all of my peers here are looking at the same thing. And we can't do it without the funding and the continued funding for excellence. And that excellence is critical. And we've seen it done in other places. We want to make sure that we're connected to our community. For us in Norfolk, our mayor, Dr. Kenny Alexander, our superintendent of schools, Dr. Birdsong, our chair of the school board, Dr. Martin, all are critical in the conversation. So we'll be having the conversation not only in the university, but across the community, as I think we all will be. And then leadership. Leadership by extraordinary academicians and academic leaders. For us, it will be under the direction of our provost, Dr. Devonna Fulton, but we're reviewing the pedagogy of innovation and entrepreneurship, which is where we're pivoting. We're looking at our Downtown Innovation Center, which is a part of our business school, and we're looking at entrepreneurship. One of the things we know is that in the Commonwealth of Virginia, in our area, the Hampton Roads area, we will continue to have a steady influx of young people who are ready to go to university if we help them prepare. That's our job. That's why we're in this business. And so we know that we have opportunities in innovating and engaging the community. We saw what happened during COVID and the pandemic and the disparities, health disparities that exist. So we're partnering with 3 of our institutions on an initiative for School of Public Health with ODU and NSU and with EBMS. But we're also looking at our School of Social Work, and they're looking at innovations that need to happen in terms of how we connect with the community and what is the pedagogy of how we do that in order to be successful. So let me say that entrepreneurship is a bedrock for Norfolk State University. We know that young people, this Gen Z and beyond, are excited about creating new pathways and creating new opportunities. Jobs we never even thought of is what they're going to be doing. But they can't do that without the undergirding of an excellent higher education. And so we're excited. We are looking forward to all that this will bring for us, and we say thank you. When I think about entrepreneurs, we have our rector of Norfolk State University, Dr. Devon Henry, who's an outstanding entrepreneur. We have so many of those people who have come through the HBCU world and changed the world that we live in. And so we want to do more. We know that we can do more. We know that as we look at opportunities, this is one of the most important opportunities that we will have. And again, Governor Youngkin, I thank you.
Hang in with us. We have one more very important speaker. So I would very much like to introduce Dr. Palapanda, and our community college system is critical. And leadership out of our community college, in fact, is providing opportunities for Virginians that we, in fact, know can use our community colleges as a way to step to a career, to another university, or to finish their 4-year degree and find a path forward that is absolutely the path that they have charted. And so what you will hear from this administration over and over again is support for our community colleges, And here we go to hear from Dr. Punda from our community colleges.
All right. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It is so good to see all of you, especially my colleague presidents. Y'all look great outside of the room. I'll tell you. I'm incredibly proud to be representing the Virginia Community College system this morning. I joyfully serve as the president of J. Sargent Reynolds Community College, the youngest of 23 community colleges, 40 campuses that make up the Virginia Community College system, educating over 250,000 Virginians every year. Like jazz, apple pie, and baseball, community colleges are a uniquely American invention. They were invented to provide opportunities for education to communities once excluded from that piece of the American dream. And the creation of the VCCS under Governor Godwin has been described as the General Assembly's finest hour and finest acts, and we believe that to be true. We give everyone the opportunity to learn and to develop the right skills so that lives and communities are strengthened. In delivering on this mission, our colleges address pressing unmet education and workforce needs. Our 23 colleges across the Commonwealth have a long history of collaboration and partnerships with our school districts, with K-12. Some have specialized high schools right on their college campus, such as the STEM Academy at Central Virginia Community College. Virginia Western Community College partners with their local school divisions to provide programs that the high schools simply cannot offer, such as the Mechatronics Academy. All 23 community colleges offer dual enrollment opportunities for qualified high school students to earn college credits before they graduate from high school. In fact, at Reynolds Community College, in just under a decade, through our Advanced College Academy, 849 students from the Richmond region have earned their associate degree and attended their college graduation weeks before getting their high school diploma. And we have 1,103 students from our region on track to do the same. We're incredibly proud of the work that we do. And so, Reynolds Community College, we join our sister institutions in the Virginia Community College system in welcoming the opportunity to partner, in welcoming that opportunity to partner with school divisions to develop and deliver even more innovative high school programs that address the workforce needs of the Commonwealth, especially for students in underserved communities. We are committed to innovation and addressing with all deliberate speed long-standing problems and challenges with fresh eyes and new solutions, because we know that tinkering around the edges has never led to transformational change, which is so necessary. So we are grateful for the opportunity to contribute our ideas, our insights, and yes, the passion that we bring to this work that is most certainly work worth doing. Thank you all so very much.
Thank you. Again, I want to thank everyone for participating. We're now going to sign our half of the partnership agreement. And I'd like to invite all the students to come over and watch, and also have something for each one of them. So if we can all go over here, this would be great. that's why this is such an important agreement. When I'm done, I have a pen for all of this. It's my honor to sign this today, and again, I want to thank everyone who signed it on behalf of your institutions. Now, this is the pen that I use to sign it. By the way, there you go. They're all the same pen. You can keep it. Well, thank you. It is. It is.
Do you know which person is Tim Sands? Okay. My editor wants me to get some sound from him, so I know.
Macaulay will know.
Okay. That sheet that she sent out was like incredibly helpful. So yeah, it's like sometimes we don't get those. What's his sense of humor like generally?
It's great.
Is it like that, or is it okay?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Nice to see you. Okay. Get everybody? Get everybody? So, of course. Perfect. Well, I want to thank everybody for being here. I know everybody's restless, and so thank you for being patient. We're going